Welcome back to Fut-Afrique, the home of African football excellence. Test your football knowledge today with our trivia question. Our trivia question today is, when was the last time Orlando Pirates reached the knockout stages of the CAF Champions League? Of course, Auntie Diski will be giving us the answer to the trivia question later on in the show. But for now, we have to acknowledge the presence of the undisputed heavyweight champion of the airwaves, the man that loves African football, sort of like how the ladies love a Chris Brown concert. The man that loves African football, to be more specific, like Percy Tau loves to make his millions in Arab kingdoms. Brian Mofokeng, everybody.
Thanks for that introduction, Ade. I mean, I think, you're putting me the same level of Percy Tau now, so yeah. Nah. I'm sitting nice. I'm sitting quite nice. I'm very happy with that.
Brian, let's get into that story. What do we know about his move to Qatar SC?
Listen, I mean, if you look at Percy Tau, there's been issues at Ahly. There's been a lot of stories around the fact that the new coach does not really like him that much. He's not getting much game time, so he had to make a move because even Bafana coach came out to say, unless he gets to a team where he can play regular football, he might not be able to get back into the Bafana fold.
But regular football for a team battling relegation in the Qatar League?
Hey, listen, I mean, there's incentive that comes his way. I mean, going there, he's going to be getting a good package that goes with that.
8.5 million rand.
That's some good money for coming his way. And if he helps them survive relegation, probably he would be able to maybe get other deals. You don't know what the discussion has been. The discussion could have been, go to Qatar for now, make your input, and then you might just have to move. Because remember, a lot of players are moving to the east, There's massive boom that's happening in the Arabic leagues and also Qatari league and all of that. So he's probably going there for the same reason, to try and find his way. And some players are also looking at retirement funds and all of that. So I hope for Percy's sake that he's going there for all the right reasons, that not only money is driving him, that also he wants to play regular football, and they've actually promised him regular football when he gets there.
Wishing all the best to the man that has won 12 trophies with our Ahly, the man that has appeared 126 times for our Ahly, scoring 30 goals and providing 14 assists. Now let's move on to this CHAN tournament. And the story keeps changing with the CHAN. First it was in February, now it's in August. What is going on, Brian?
The problem is, it's twofold. One, there was always going to be a problem to play the tournament in February because majority of the countries opted out, especially talking about majority, meaning those dominant countries on the continent opted out because of the congested season. Football, there's just too much football being played at the moment. Coaches are complaining about the number of matches players have to play. And given the fact that CHAN tournament is only for players who are playing their local teams, it means, therefore, the leagues had to wrap up and allow players to go there. Leagues at the moment is the business end of the leagues. Nobody wants to release their players for the CHAN tournament. Hence, you saw countries pulling out. Your South Africas of this world, Egypt pulled out, Tunisia pulled out, to mention a few of those countries that pulled out. Last week, we spoke about it and said, to try and make some changes, there might be a tournament, a mini tournament, to have 2 qualifying teams we're going to call the wildcards. And that was announced on Wednesday when a draw was made. The reason also why the move is because the technical infrastructure team that is in the TSG that's sitting there, they thought that the 3 countries are not actually ready to host a tournament of magnitude.
They could improve on...
Certain things need to improve.
Yes.
Hospitality, infrastructure need to improve. Stadiums also, readiness, transportation and everything that goes with it has to improve. So that is the reason why it was therefore moved from February to August. The dates as to when in August are still to be announced. But I think it's good news from where I'm sitting at Adelani.
Yes.
Given the fact that...
I think CAF, everybody's trying to copy Morocco now. Everybody's trying to meet Morocco's standard.
That's where the thing is at the moment, Yes. And the fact that you're going to be hosting, the 3 nations are going to be hosting the AFCON in 2027, they have to be up to speed. They have to be at the same level. Hence, we always said that there are going to always be checks to see if everything is okay. Remember, this technical infrastructure team stays within those countries that are going to host. So they've looked at everything and made sure everything is okay. But having said that, August is the date. We'll know exactly which dates. But the draw, oh boy, I love the way the draw goes.
And I wanted to talk to you about the draw, about the groups.
Yeah.
Let's quickly go through the groups. Group A, Kenya, Morocco, Angola, DR Congo, Zambia. Who gets through in that group?
That's very tight because you have two former champions in that group, Morocco as well as DR Congo. But Kenya has been improving. You know, the fact that they're playing at home might just be an advantage.
So
you also
you
have a very good team in Angola that's playing there.
All right. So who are the two you're picking from Group A?
I think Morocco and DR Congo should be able to go through, unless in Angola brings the sort of players that we have seen them play with of late. They might just also be able to cause an upset.
All right, let's look at Group B. Tanzania, Madagascar, Mauritania, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic.
That's a very open group.
So Group B?
Tanzania is improving drastically when you talk about football on the continent. So I see Tanzania probably progressing from this one here. But I also have Mauritania and Burkina Faso. One of those two will be able to progress from that group.
One of those two. You're not going to put your head on the block and give us...
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
Brian.
Home advantage might come for Tanzania. I mean, also you can see how Young Africans is doing so well in the Champions League as well at this time around. Yes. Simba is also not doing that bad in the Confederations Cup respectively.
Let's wait for the second part of this show. We'll get deeper into that.
Yeah.
Group C, Uganda, Niger, Guinea, and yeah.
You see the qualifiers, they've got two qualifiers that might be coming out there. So if you look at the teams that are going to come from the qualifiers, Algeria is there, Comoros is there, Gambia, Malawi, Egypt, South Africa, and Gabon. Two of those nations will go and slot into Group C, where you are talking about the two teams that still needs to slot in. So I think there we'll have to wait to see who qualifies from that qualifier that is coming up.
All right, and quickly, Group D, Senegal, Congo, Sudan, and Nigeria.
The reigning champion Senegal, for me, are always going to be top, and Nigeria could join them, depending on which team Nigeria sends to the tournament proper.
Oh, man, we can't wait for this tournament in August. Brian, I know that I've asked you this question before, but I would ask you again. The favorites from what you've seen so far, from the qualifiers to just how the teams are preparing, because recently Morocco even had to cancel a camp.
Yeah.
And who are you thinking the top three teams we should look out for?
I think for me, once you have actually had the qualifiers and you have those two slots being filled, then we can have this conversation, because I'll tell you exactly which teams I think will progress to the next stage. But also got to say kudos going out to CAF, you know. I saw the new trophy. Oh, my word.
Beautiful.
54 nations represented the lines around the trophy. That is something beautiful. I think we have to say, you know what, there might be some bad stuff, but also some good stuff to talk about from the CHAN overall.
Oh, man, that trophy, beautiful. 54 different details representing the 54 countries united. Lovely to see. This is the time now that we'll blow the whistle on the first half, and after our team talk, we'll be back for the second half. Stay tuned.